What's going on, guys? BCD here, back with another video today, and today we got some even better news. The Series X actually got announced, and it's got a price, it's got a date, it's got a time when pre-orders start. Boy, it got everything. Basically, all that stuff that they talked about yesterday about the rumors was officially confirmed. The Xbox All Access, the date of launch, everything outside of pre-order date. So now the official pre-order date to actually get a Series X or a Series S is September 22nd. So about 2 weeks from now, you'll be able to actually pre-order this thing. Now it's just giving that, it basically gave that fire back to PlayStation. Give us something that we need, and basically that price. I'm looking to spend no more than $1,000. Hopefully it's the same as the Series X. If not, I'm still gonna be okay with it, but it'd be a disappointment because they just put some heat on them, for real, for real. They are tailoring their strategy to the masses, and the masses that aren't able to afford to jump all the way into X. With their new docket video they just announced or put out, it basically explained what their ideas and thoughts were behind the Series S. And it's essentially the same kind of console, but just it's the resolution that's being tapered off. So instead of being 4K full, it's going to be 1440p. Even it's still going to have some form of 4K upscaling built into it, where you can actually upscale to 4K, but it is going to be native of 1440p with a target of 60 to 100 up to 120 frames per second, versus the Series X having the target of 4K 60 frames per second up to 120 frames. So pretty much they just took away all my doubts. I was under the impression that it was going to be more difficult. It was going to be something where people weren't going to have the same experience, but really everything is all kind of the same outside of the resolution. At least that's how they're explaining it. If that comes to not be true, I'm going to let Digital Foundry do all that. If that comes to not be true, that's a disappointment. But for $299, you're getting a 1440p capable 120 frames per second machine. They're already doing it for Gears 5. That's incredible. Like, literally, I have a 1440p targeting 120 frames, and I pay way more than that. Obviously, I can do way more on it as well, but this is, I built my machine for around $1,500 2 years ago, and that's my target. That was my target. It wasn't 4K. I can do 4K gaming, but my target was to be 1440p strong, frames per second, so I can get the most out of like the fluidity. And this machine for $300 is going to be doing the same thing. That's pretty astonishing, actually. It's a feat in technology. It's a feat in hardware design. It's a feat in just being consumer conscious of how much people are willing to spend on a luxury item. So Xbox Series S, it's striking all the right chords for me. Now, it was yesterday. I just kind of was, I was disheartened by having two separate, instances or two separate targets to begin with, and kind of for the development process for all this stuff. But they kind of, alleviated all of that when they started to actually talk about it and actually give me an idea of what their vision is for the future of gaming. So all that stuff being said, PlayStation need to hurry up and do theirs so I could be just as hype. I really want to see what their price target is. I want to see if they put some fire under them. Hopefully they kind of drop it. If not, even cut it by $50 so I can come in under the 1,000 mark. That'd be amazing. But I low-key might finance this mug just because I don't want to take the credit hit, because I don't need to finance it. But I think the deal of the $35 a month for the Series X, when you get the Ultimate GamePass and you total it all up, depending on how much they actually charge for taxes, it's cheaper if I can add the extra 2 years onto my Ultimate subscription and get the Xbox Series X. I may, and there's no payment, early payment penalty fee, I may just do that. It may come out cheaper, honestly, to just finance it and then pay it off immediately. I don't know. I have to look into it. I have to do some hard numbers. Maybe I should just do a number crunch for y'all real quick. Should I? Should I? Should I? All right, I'm gonna do a hard number crunch real quick and tell y'all exactly how much it's suspected to cost. Never mind, it's not. That being said, we need to get back on PlayStation head. We need them to figure out what they're gonna do. I need to know that price because I'm assuming that they're going to get way more grace when it comes to this stuff, and they're going to be more grace because they have the games. People want to play their systems, and they're not going to be having experience that you can get elsewhere. So I really want to see what they kind of do with that information. They know that. They know they have the market share at this point. So I kind of want to see what they actually figure out or actually do because of, they know that information. They know what they got. They know what they're doing. So I really want to see that. I hope that it's only going to be. I hope that it's the exact same price, and the digital edition is $100 cheaper. So they also give people a budget, entry level. They can go crazy, and they can just really break Microsoft if they kind of, put a system that's going to be way more powerful at a $299 price. That'll be insane. Maybe if they do it at $349, that could still be more tempting, and then have the physical at $500, $150 difference. I'm not sure if that can make up the difference by just not having the disc. So I don't know if they are going to do that either. It may come out at $500 and the other one come out at $450 or something like that, where it's only a $50 difference. That is my understanding. That's my take on it, because I don't think they really necessarily want to battle with that budget system right now. It's way too low for them to win that fight. So I don't know. I'm really interested in what they do. I'm pretty sure they're going to kind of send out something by the end of this week. They do not want, people pre-ordering this console as their next generation console just yet. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have some incoming news here shortly that this video is going to be obsolete, where they're going to start talking about stuff. And maybe they shock us all, maybe they don't. But it's really interesting now. I'm glad that they finally did something and, showcase this. It's a good enough amount of time for the options that they have. Whereas on the side of PlayStation, they're not going to have these options. So it may be, a little bit troublesome there. But if people want it, they're going to get it. Period. And regardless of their situation, they're going to get it. So I think that's the whole situation here, is them just giving people options, and the Xbox All Access kind of does that. Something else that they recently announced as well was EA Play coming to the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription. So you're now going to actually have even more games to play. Honestly, it's an insane value for the price. I'm glad that they're doing it. It kind of gives me hope for humanity in a sense, but honestly, I know it's a bigger play at hand. I'm not foolish in that. Obviously, they kind of trying to figure out a way to monetize everything, and it's going to come that where the other shoe drops there. But as of now, it's a pretty significant change in value for a consumer going into gaming. Obviously, we know that there's going to be a price hike for games. Obviously, we know that there's going to be a price hike for peripherals and things like that. So to have something where you're already jumping in, you got a back catalog and stuff like that, it's pretty great. So I'm glad it's happening. I see the end of the tunnel here for us in regards to waiting on these consoles to get dropped. What I'm hoping again is that the PlayStation comes out swinging and they have something phenomenal for us as well. Maybe they have a bundle in for PlayStation Now or something like that, where they give us some beneficial, things here and there, so that we can, be more comfortable with buying into their system. I'm still very hesitant to buy anything digital on my PlayStation, because they haven't had the promise of always continuing to have their games build up on each other. Obviously, because Microsoft is doing what they're doing, I'm pretty sure Sony is going to have to give in at some point, but they could go the Nintendo route and never give in. So I'm very hesitant to buy anything digital, because I'm not sure if it's going to continue to be played on there. Obviously, anything for the PS4 is fine. I'm really hoping that they start to unleash the whole PS3, PS2 era. I really want to play NBA Streets. I want to play NFL Streets. I want to play NFL Blitz. I want to play all those old games that I used to really enjoy. I want to play them, and I want to play them on a newer console. So even though I'm going to have new stuff that's going to keep me occupied, I really, really wish that they would, get into the realm of that backwards compatibility. I really want that PC kind of experience on consoles moving forward. So all good news here. I think that this is going to be a interesting week, and I really hope that PlayStation comes out again swinging. They already have the market share. They have the people ready for to purchase. So all they gotta do is add some little icing on top, and they'll win again. But Microsoft has really stepped up their game in this regard because of the Series S. But that's pretty much it for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this commentary, please don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Let me know what you guys also think about this. Do you think the Series S is a great value? Do you think it's worth it? I definitely do, but it could be the point of not having the full-fledged experience of next gen. But I think that honestly, this Series S gives the package of full next gen wholeheartedly in a lot of different ways, and it's just lacking on resolution is totally fine with me in that regard. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this? I know there's a lot of stuff to discuss here. If you are looking for any recommendations for televisions, I did put up a recent TCL series and things like that. So definitely will fit right into play with this Xbox Series S, because it does do 1440p 120 frames per second. So it may be something people actually gravitate towards to get the full-fledged experience, and it does have a great picture as well. So more content on my channel. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.